So I'm having technical difficulties, but welcome to my live stream. Finally here. I'm not able to use my normal camera, but hopefully the quality is okay, I think. And hopefully you can hear me. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's Google Chrome or YouTube or my equipment, but anyways, I'm here. My name is Natalie. I'm with Imago Dei Yoga, here to bring you some 1-hour flow yoga. So get ready for that. If you don't have your mat out, go ahead and get it rolled out and set up. If you're joining me live, hello. Can't wait to work out with y'all. If you're joining me later, welcome. And I do try to teach to all levels, so please pay attention to your body. Make sure that if a pose doesn't feel well, you're gentle and you pull out of it. If it feels okay, great. But if not, please just try to be safe. And we're about to get started. I'm going to go ahead and back up to my yoga mat and drag this as far as I can. Okay. And as you get set up, if you can, I'd love it if you would, either now or later, like my stream. That kind of helps me get more people noticing me so that they can also do yoga. And then if you will also subscribe. All right, go ahead and shut down the eyes and we'll start with some deep breaths. Bring that air in, deep inhale. Exhale, let it go. Do that again, another deep inhale, take your time. Exhale, release. Next, inhale, bring the arms up. Touch the palms overhead, and we're going to drop one arm down and lean over to the side, getting a side body stretch. Breathe into the side. Exhale, release. Inhale it back up to center. Touch those palms again and go the other way. Big inhale into the side. Exhale, release. Inhale it back up. Touch the palms together and down, forward into a fold. You'll take a couple breaths here. One more big breath. Then inhale it up slowly, and we'll switch the cross of the legs if it feels okay to do so. Shut down the eyes again and take another deep breath, nice and slow. Release. One more time, a deep inhale in through the nose, bringing that air in. And then exhaling it all out. Bring the arms up with the next inhale, touching the palms overhead. And then we're going to twist, so drop the right arm to the left knee. Left arm falls behind as you look over your shoulder. We'll take a big breath. Exhale, release. And inhale it back up to center, touching the palms overhead. Go the other way. Big inhale. And exhale. Next inhale brings you back up to center, touching the palms overhead and then folding over your legs. Take a big inhale breath. Release it out. The next inhale, come up slowly, and we'll switch over into our tabletop pose. So knees are directly under hips, hands directly under shoulders. And once you're set, you'll inhale to drop the stomach and lift the chest to look up. Exhale to arch the back, pulling the spine in, looking back towards your thighs. Do that again. Big inhale, drop the stomach, lift the chest, look up. Exhale, arch the back, pulling the pelvis in, looking down. Come up one more time, inhaling, dropping the stomach and lifting the chest to look up. And then as you exhale, just come into a neutral spine. And then you're going to take the right arm out in front of you, pinky side down, left leg out and back. And if you're worried about balance, you can keep the toes on the ground. But if you can, try to lift up the foot. And then with an exhale, if you want to, you can stay here, or exhale, crunch the elbow and knee to center. Inhale to extend. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. One more time. Inhale, extend. And then exhale, crunch. On the next inhale, as you extend, you can stay here. If you want to, you can bend the back knee and reach back with the hand. Try to grab the foot. And then if you did that, release it out. Drop the hand, drop the knee. We're going to walk the hands out in front of us a little bit and drop the chest down into a puppy pose. I'm still high up on my knees. Chest is reaching for the ground. Arms are reaching out and you're getting a little bit of a shoulder stretch. Keep breathing. Take another big breath. And then we're going to roll back into child's for just a couple more breaths. Big inhale. And exhale. One more time, big inhale breath. Exhale, next inhale, come all the way back up. Hands back under your shoulders, knees under hips. We'll just do a couple cat-cows, inhaling to drop the stomach and lift the chest to look up. Exhaling to arch the back and look back toward the thighs. One more round, inhale, drop that stomach and lift that chest. Exhale, arch the back, look down. Then inhaling, coming back to a neutral spine. You'll take your left arm out, pinky side down this time, and right leg out and back. And again, you can keep the toes on the ground, or you can lift up the leg if that feels okay. And then you can stay here or exhale, crunching to center, elbow and knee. Inhaling to extend. Exhale, crunch it to center. Inhale, extend. One more time. Exhale, crunch. And then inhale, extend. And this time you can pause right here, or you can bend the back knee and reach back for your foot, grabbing it. Or at least trying counts. And if you grabbed it, let it go, reach out. And then put the hand down, put the knee down. Walk the hands out in front of you. Lower the chest. Puppy pose. Still high up on the knees, reaching forward with the hands, getting that shoulder stretch. Heart trying to melt towards the floor. We'll stay here just a little bit longer this time. Deep breaths. Take about 2 more big breaths. And then as you exhale on the second breath, start to roll back into child's pose. Big toes together, knees wide, body sinking down. And we'll take several more breaths. Try to target the air toward the lower back so you'll feel the stomach and low back expand when you inhale. And then making sure to get full exhales, letting all that air go. Couple more big breaths. And next inhale, start to press into the palms. Stay low, exhale it out. The next inhale, hinge forward into plank. We'll pause once we get into plank. When you're in plank pose, you want the middle fingers pointed to the front of the mat. Elbows are rotated so that when you bend them, they stay close to the rib cage. All right, go ahead and push those hips up and back, downward facing dog. Hips going high, energy flowing up and back through the body. You can bend the knees a little bit. I actually suggest that to be gentle on the hamstrings, especially you can walk the dog very gently. My hamstrings are always kind of tight. So be careful wherever you're at, finding your version of the down dog. Neck is loose, looking back towards the thighs. Chest is also reaching back for the thighs. Couple more breaths. And take another inhale, and as you exhale, bend the knees. Look forward, hopper step to the front of your mat. Inhale it up for a half lift. Exhale, takes it back down. Then inhale, reach it up. Big stretch. Palms together and down to heart center. Take a few breaths, finding mountain. You're pressing down firmly into the earth with all 4 corners of the feet. You're lifting up through the thighs, through the stomach and chest, lifting you tall, rolling the shoulder blades down and back. Big inhale into the heart. Exhale, release. Do that again, big inhale. Exhale, let it go. One more time, big breath. Still finding that lift, and exhale, grounding down. And inhale the arms back up, get a stretch. Exhale, forward fold, bending those knees a little bit, connecting the stomach to the thighs to protect the lower back. I actually just am returning from a low back injury, so backs are, very finicky, and you want to do everything you can to support the joints. Inhale up halfway. Exhale it back down. Inhale, reach it up. Get that stretch. Palms together, down to heart center. Take another big breath into the heart. Exhale, release. Inhale, reach it up again. Exhale, fold, plant the hands and step it back into plank. And we'll lower all the way down to the mat. Take it all the way down. And then once you're there, we're just going to work on the back. So keep the hands near the rib cage and maybe float the hands off the mat a little bit as you inhale to just lift the chest using the back muscles. Exhale it down. Do that again. Inhale to lift the chest. Exhale it down. This time you can plant the hands and use it just a little bit of leverage. Be gentle as you inhale, pushing up. Exhale, bring it down. Then inhale, push it up again. You can go a little bit farther if it feels okay on the back. And then bring it down. Then inhale, push it up and back into a child's pose. You'll take some deep breaths down the back again. Big inhale. And exhale. We'll take a few more of these. Concentrate on the breath, the flow of the air through the body. Take about 2 more breaths. And you'll slowly inhale your way back up and coming forward into your plank pose, pausing just briefly. And then when you're ready, push the hips up and back, downward facing dog. We'll take several more breaths. Still being gentle on the hamstrings, stretching them out. Being conscious of the posture, pulling the chest toward the thighs. Neck staying loose, maybe shake it now. Make sure there's no tension. And then you're going to slowly start to bend the knees. Look forward, hop or step to the front of the mat for forward fold. Inhale it up halfway. Exhale, lowers it down. Inhale, raise it up. Reach it up. Palms together and down to heart center. Take a big grounding breath. Exhale it out. Do that again. Feel the lift as you inhale, pulling the muscles upward. Exhale, press down. Inhale the hands up. Take the feet out to about hips width distance. And you're going to drop one arm down, pushing the hips out to the side and reaching to the corner of the room, bringing the body into a crescent shape. Breathe into the side of the body. Release it out. One more big breath. Getting a push in those hips. And then inhale it back up to center. Exhale, go the other way again, making sure to push the hips out nice and strong. Reaching tall for the corner of the room. Big inhale. And exhale, do one more. Big breath. Release. Next inhale brings you back up, stretching up, and then exhale, forward fold. Feet still at hips width distance. Check in on the neck, make sure it's loose. Knees are a little bit bent if necessary to connect the stomach to the thighs. And then while you're dropped down here, you can walk the hands over to one side, grab onto the foot with a little bit of a twist. And then bring it back towards center. Go the other way, grab the foot on the other side. And then bring it back through center. Inhale up for a half lift. Exhale it back down. Inhale, reach it back up. Palms together, feet together, and down to heart center. Take another big breath. Release. And next inhale, hands come back up. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step it into plank. Lower down, chaturanga, about halfway. Inhale for upward facing dog, pushing the earth away. And then exhale it back, downward facing. Hips pulling you up and back, energy flowing up and back. Bend the knees a little bit if you want to. That can also help you get that lift, taking some of the pressure off the hands. Speaking of the hands, fingers are spread wide, pressing firmly and evenly in the palms. Keep breathing. Couple more breaths. And then next inhale, take the right leg up and back for three-legged dog. If you want to bend that knee to open up the hip, pointing the knee toward the ceiling, you can. And then exhale, you're going to bring that knee in towards the right elbow, hovering it just as close as you can. Then inhale it back up. And then exhale, cross it under the body, reaching for the left elbow best as you can. Inhale it back up. And then exhale, try to step it through, bringing the knee close to your nose, and then dropping the foot down. You can work the foot up between the hands as best as you can, coming into a low lunge. And once you're in that low lunge, plant the inside hand down, take the right arm up, get a twist. Then bring that hand back down. You're gonna check on your stance, make sure it's nice and wide. And inhale, bring it up. For a big crescent lunge. Now you do want to make sure your feet are wide. If you're falling out, you might not have a very wide stance. Maybe you're too narrow. Also make sure you're up off the back heel. Back knee may have a little bend. Front knee definitely bent. Inhaling, reaching up. And then as you exhale, open up, warrior two, back heel pivots down, body opens up to the side, hands reach out. And check in on the knee. If it's coming in too much, you might pick up the heel and pivot it back out. Take a breath. And then flip that front palm, reverse your warrior, taking it up and back behind you. And then we're going to hinge forward, coming through warrior two, and then dropping the elbow down of the front arm. Back arm comes around and up, finding side angle. Maybe you're resting your elbow on your knee. Maybe you're reaching down a little deeper. If you are reaching down deeper, you might want to try the bind, taking the top arm and just placing it back behind the back. Bottom arm reaching up underneath the leg, and you try to grab the hands. Last time I couldn't do this. I can touch my fingers this time. And if you did that, go ahead and release. Bring it back up for warrior two. And flip the palm again to reverse your warrior, straighten the front, and you go back a little deeper, reaching back. Then hinge forward, popping the hips out back behind you, keeping this leg straight and finding a stretch along the legs, especially the quads. Keep breathing. Using the core to keep you lifted so you're not falling too far forward. And then use your core to lift you up to center. Parallel the feet. Reach it up tall, get a big stretch, and then exhale to fold it down. Crown of the head is reaching for the mat as you get a big straddle fold. We'll take some big breaths here. Trying to relax into this fold. If you ever folded too long and there's too much blood in the head, you can always come up for a half lift to equalize the blood pressure before taking it back down. A few more breaths. And if you want, you can bend one knee. Walk the hands over to one side, getting a little different stretch. Then come back through center and go to the other knee. Nice stretch on this side. And then bring it back through center. Inhale it up for a half lift. Exhale it back down. Inhale, bring it all the way up. We're going to set up for guys so you can bring the feet in maybe just a little bit and point the feet out to the corners of the room. Try to keep the tailbone tucked as you sink down. That'll help protect the back also. Goalpost the arms. Keep breathing. And then we're going to flow this. We're going to inhale to reach up, getting a stretch, and then exhaling to squat back down. Do that again. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, squat. Goalposting the arms, pulling the shoulder blades together. Inhale, reach it up. Stretch it up. Exhale, goalpost the arms, bending the knees. One more time. Inhale, reach up. Stretch up, exhale, bring it back down. Pause here. And then go ahead and inhale it up one more time, getting a big stretch, this time forward folding, bringing the hands down. And walking yourself back to the front of the mat, and then stepping the back foot up to meet the front, forward fold. You can inhale it up halfway. Exhale, takes it back down. Then inhale it up, reach it up, big stretch. Palms together and down to heart center. Take a few grounding breaths. Big inhale. Exhale it out. One more time, big breath. Exhale, press it out. Inhale, arms back up. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step it back into your plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale for upward facing dog. And then exhale it back, downward facing dog. And breathe. You might walk the dog again a little bit if you want to. If you need a little more bend in the knee, do that. You might start noticing the hamstrings are loosening up a little bit. Maybe the heels are closer to the ground. If not, that's okay. Focus on a good posture, finding that lift, finding the stretch that feels good. Checking in, the neck is loose. 2 more big breaths. The next inhale, the left leg goes up and back. You can bend that knee to open up the hip if you want to. And then exhale that knee in towards the left elbow. Inhale it back up. Exhale, cross it under the body to the right elbow. Inhale, reach it back up. And then exhale, bring the knee in towards the nose and try to step it through for that low lunge. It may not make it, that's okay. Walk it up with the hands. And once you're set in your low lunge, you'll plant the right arm down and take the left arm up, getting that twist. Then go ahead and bring that hand down. Check on the stance, make sure it's nice and wide. Again, the heel of the back leg is up off the ground. And before you inhale, bring the body up. Big inhales and exhales. Couple more big inhale. Exhale, release. One more big inhale, and then as you exhale, open up for warrior 2, back heel pivoting down, front knee staying bent and checking in on it. That's not tracking too much inside, picking the heel up and pointing it back out. Hands out to the sides, gazes over the middle finger, take a breath. You can go ahead and flip that front palm, reverse your warrior, take it back. And then hinge it forward, coming through warrior 2, dropping the front arm down, the back arm coming around an upside angle. And again, you can balance here or take it deeper. If you are going kind of deep, you might try the bind, taking the top arm back behind the back, bottom arm reaching up underneath. You try to grab your hands. And trying still counts. Keep breathing. And go ahead and release. Come back up, warrior 2. Flip that palm again, reverse the warrior, this time straightening the knee, going back deeper. And then hinge forward, coming into warrior 2, popping those hips out nice and strong as the body hinges forward, only as far as you feel a stretch, and you only want it to be a gentle stretch. If it's ever hurting, you're stretching too much and actually causing damage. So always feel free to pull up a little bit if you need to. Keep breathing. And go ahead and pull the body up. You'll parallel the feet to reaching up tall and then exhaling to forward fold. Again, finding our straddle fold. Crown of the head reaching for the floor. Take some breaths. Few more big inhale, exhale breaths. And just like the other side, you can bend one knee and walk the hands over to the side, getting a different stretch. And bring it back through center and go the other way. And always take a breath in your stretch. Bring it back through center. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, takes it back down. Inhale, raise it up. We're going to set up for goddess on this side, so if you need to bring the feet in a little bit, you can. Pointing the feet out to the corners of the room, keeping the tailbone tucked and stick it out. Keep it in. Coming down low. Goal posting the arms. And then this time on this side, you can stay right here. Or if you want to come up on one set of toes and then the other, you can do that. Or you can come up on both toes and hold here. Keep breathing. A few more breaths. Then go ahead and let the heels sink back down. Push yourself up, get a big stretch. Exhale, fold. Walk the hands back to the front of the mat and step the back foot up to meet the front, forward fold. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, takes it back down. Inhale, raise it up. Reach up, get a big stretch. Palms together and down to heart center. We'll breathe into this mountain pose. Remember to find that lift, that grounding big inhale. Exhale, pressing down. One more time, big inhale. And release. Next, inhale, hands come up, and we're going to have a seat into chair, bending the knees, tucking the tailbone just a little bit. Keep breathing. Couple more big breaths. The next inhale, go ahead and lift it up. Push lips forward, lift the chest, little back bend, exhale, forward fold. Pause in your fold. Again, remembering to keep the stomach to thighs connection going. Even if that means a deep bend or not, you want to protect the back. Then it lengthens the back muscles up here a little bit more, as well as gently reaching in for those hamstrings. Inhale to bring it up halfway. Exhale it back down. Inhale, reach it up. Big stretch. Palms together down to heart center just for one big breath. Then inhale the arms back up. Having a seat, indoor chair again. Pausing here just for a second, take a breath. And this time, bring the hands down to heart center, hinge forward a little bit deeper. And you're going to twist to one side. And you can hook the elbow onto the knee or maybe expand the arms for a little more leverage. Take a couple breaths. And slowly bring it back to center. And then go the other way. Expand the arms if you'd like. And bring it back through center. Just drop the hands down. Pop the hips up. Forward fold. Take a breath. The next inhale brings you up halfway. Exhale takes it down. Inhale lifts up. Big stretch. Palms together down to heart center. Just one big inhale. And then next inhale, arms come up again. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands, step it into your plank, and lower all the way down to the ground. Chaturanga. Then once you're there, we're going to set up for boats. Or floor bow. You're going to bring the hands back, lift the chest, lift the feet, warming up the back. And bring it down. We'll do that one more time. Lift the chest, lift the glutes, bringing the legs up off the ground. And then lower down. And then you can either do that again or try to grab the inside edges of the feet. And if you're able to do that, inhale, lifting the chest up and then kicking back with the legs. Taking shallow breaths. And floor bow. Keep breathing. And then go ahead and release, lowering down. You'll take your arms out to a T, right ear to the mat. And we're going to roll over the shoulder. So you use your left arm to press you up onto your side, rolling over your right shoulder. My right arm is still straight. And find where it feels good. If you're just doing a gentle roll, maybe right here. If you're a little more bendy, you can take the left arm back behind the back. That's optional though. Wherever you're at, try to relax and breathe into the stretch. I'll be here for a few more breaths. We're slowly going to start to roll back towards center, taking the left ear to the mat this time. Extending the left arm out, and then using the right arm, bringing it in and pushing yourself up onto your side. Rolling over the left shoulder. Find where it feels good. It's probably different on this side. That's okay. Whether it's more flexible or not, just pay attention to your body. And breathe into the stretch. Several breaths. We'll slowly start to come back towards center. And then we're going to push it back into a child's pose, relieving the low back. Big toes together, knees spread wide. Hips sink back towards the heels, body down between the knees. Take deep breaths. Feel the air going all the way down the spine into the lower back. Your stomach and low back should expand when you breathe. Continue breathing like that, taking deep, deep breaths. Couple more big breaths. With the next inhale, slowly take your time coming up to the tops of your knees. And once you're there, you're going to brace the lower back. We're going to do a couple of camels. So once you've got a good hold of the lower back, push the hips forward and lift the chest, staying active in the front of the body. The bend should come from the activity over here and not falling backwards. So push forward, lift up, and look back with the head. And keep breathing. And then start to hinge back forward. We're going to find our way into rabbit. Crown of the head comes down to the ground. Arms reach back for the ankles or feet for leverage. And once you got the crown of the head on the ground, try to lift the hips up. Take a few breaths. And then firm rabbit, you'll come down into child's pose, bringing the big toes together, keeping the knees wide. As the body sinks down, you can leave your arms wrapped around you or extend them out. Take a few more breaths down the back. Next inhale, you're going to very slowly come back up into your camel. High on the tops of the knees, bracing the lower back. This time, if it's already in your practice, you can start to reach back for your heels, coming into a full camel. I will not because my back is still recovering. So inhale, push the hips forward, lift the chest, push it out, pull it up, look back with the head. At this point, if you want to reach for your ankles, you can. Keep breathing. If you reach for your ankles, start to come back up and then slowly start to hinge forward, finding your way into rabbit. Crown of the head coming down to the ground, hips raising up. Big breath. And then slowly start to come down into a child's pose. Keeping the big toes together, knees apart, body sinking down. Arms can go where you want them, wherever they're comfy. We'll take several deep breaths. Releasing it out. Few more breaths. Next inhale, start to press into the mat, pressing down firmly. Then another inhale later, you're going to press forward into your plank pose. Pausing here for just a second. And then pushing hips up and back for downward facing dog. We'll take a few more breaths here. Remembering to find that lift up and back. Still being gentle on the hamstrings if they're not quite reaching. Maybe they're reaching farther now. Neck is still loose. A few more breaths. And then next inhale, if you want to take the right leg up and back for three-legged dog, do that. And then maybe bend the knee to open up the hip. And then this is optional. If you want to flip the dog, you're going to take your right foot back behind you, staying close to the left foot as it pivots around. And then the right arm is going to come up and around. Hips are lifting up as you come into a flip dog. And then bring it back around. Taking the right foot back up into a three-legged dog. And then everybody, we're going to come into pigeon. So bring that knee in towards the right wrist. Right knee, right wrist, leg at a slight angle. Hips staying fully squared to the front. Don't dump to one side or the other. Try to keep them squared to the front, back leg reaching back. And then once you're set up, you can stay up tall if it feels okay. Lowering the body down. We'll be here for about a minute and we'll set our timer. And just breathe into that stretch. All right, slowly start to bring yourself up. Taking your time, taking the right leg back behind you, and slowly coming into a downward facing dog. You can move that right leg around if you need to, getting the circulation back in there, maybe pivoting the hip a little bit. Couple more breaths. And then the next inhale, you're going to take the left leg up and back for three-legged. Bend that knee to open up the hip. And then option here to take this foot back behind you, coming into the flip dog. The left knee or left foot is close to the right foot as it pivots around. Left arm comes up, hips pushing up. Keep breathing. And then bring it back around, taking the left leg back up into the air. And then bring this knee in, everybody, for pigeon, left side, left knee, left wrist, leg at a slight angle, hips staying square to the front, back leg reaching back behind you. And then once again, staying up tall or sinking down. Preparing for another minute on this side. I'm going to breathe into the stretch. Okay, slowly start to bring yourself up again. Taking your time, bringing the left knee back behind you, stretching out that left leg and finding your way into a downward facing dog. Moving that left leg around if you need to, getting the blood flow back. Take a few breaths in, down dog. And then take another big inhale. This time as you exhale, start to bend the knees. Look forward, hopper step to the front of the mat for forward fold. Inhale it up halfway. Exhale, takes it back down. And then inhale it up. Reach it up, big stretch. Palms together, down to heart center. We'll take a few grounding breaths. Big inhale. Exhale, release. Another one, big inhale. And exhale. We're going to start to set up for our balancing poses. So start to ground down into the left side. You'll pop the right knee up, and when you're ready, inhale for knee raise. We'll pause right here. Take a breath. And then go ahead and open up that knee to the side, dropping the other arm down. Pause here. Take another breath. And then we're going to come into tree, planting this foot on wherever you want it. Maybe it's kickstanding down here at the calf. Maybe it's taller, wherever you want that foot. Hands can be reaching up or down to heart center. Take a breath, big breaths. We'll continue to hold this posture. Couple more breaths. Keep breathing. And you'll start to bring that knee forward, kick it out in front of you, take the arms up. Then we're going to swing it back into warrior three. So this foot comes all the way back behind you, and body comes forward, bringing yourself into a T. Take a breath. And then exhale the arms down. Bring the back foot down also to meet the right foot. Inhale it up halfway. Exhale, lowers it down. Inhale, reach it up. Get that stretch, palms together and down to heart center. Take a big grounding breath. Exhale, release. And we'll start to set up for the other side. So start to press down into the right foot, popping the right knee up. And then when you're ready, inhale for that knee raise. Take a big breath. And you're going to open it up to the side, letting the other arm fall, the left arm to the side, big breath. And you'll plant this foot on yourself, coming into tree on this side, and this side might be different, so find where this foot feels comfortable on this side. Just challenging yourself a little bit in balance and strength. Arms can stay lifted or down at heart center. Take a few breaths. Keep breathing. About 2 more breaths. And start to bring that knee towards center. Kick it out in front of you. Take the arms up, and then we're pivoting into warrior three. Back foot coming back behind you, body sinking down. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, drop the hands down, drop the foot down, forward fold. Inhale up for a half lift. Exhale, lowers it back down. Then inhale, raise it up. Get that stretch, palms together and down to heart center. Big breath, grounding into the earth. Exhale, release. And take another big inhale. This time as you exhale, we're going to sink down to the heels, coming into toe stand. Try to take your hips all the way down to your toes. If they don't quite make it, that's okay. And just be exercising some extra strength wherever you're at in this posture. Take a big breath. And if you are balanced on your heels, shoulders over hips, hips over heels, you can pivot to one side, twisting the body, and then bring it back through center. Go the other way. Bring it back through center. And then have a seat. Coming all the way down to the ground. Bringing the soles of the feet together in butterfly. Take a big inhale to straighten the back. Exhale, fold it forward. Take a few breaths here. And you'll slowly inhale the body up. Bring the knees together. Push the feet out in front of you. Adjust so that you're on the top of your sits bones. And then when you're ready, inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold. And even in this fold, you want to bend the knees a little bit so you don't overstretch the hamstrings. And take several breaths. Breathe into the stretch. Next, inhale, slowly start to come up. You'll bend the right knee in, let the knee fall out to the side. Adjust again if you need to. And then inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold. Again, being gentle on this side too with the stretch. Still taking deep breaths. And slowly start to inhale it up. You'll bring this right knee up and then cross it over the foot. So I'm crossing my right foot over the left knee. And then inhale the arms up. And then exhale, twist. You'll take the left elbow to the right knee and twist the body. Breathe. Take a big inhale. And exhale. Do that again. Big breath. And let it go. Then you'll inhale it back to center. Bring this foot out in front of you and bending the left knee in. And letting it fall out to the side. Adjusting again if you need to. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold. Taking a few breaths in this fold. And slowly inhale your way back up. Bring this knee up. And you're going to cross the left foot over your right knee. Stepping it over to the other side. And then inhale the arms back up. And exhale, twist, bringing right elbow to the left knee this time and looking over your left shoulder. Take a couple breaths. Big inhale. And exhale. Do that again. Another big inhale. Exhale, breath. You'll slowly inhale it back to center. Take this left foot out, let it stretch out. And we're going to fold one more time, but just for a couple breaths, taking the arms up first and then forward folding. Remember to keep a bend in the knees if you need it so that you don't overstretch. Take a couple big breaths. Then next inhale, slowly come back up. You'll bend both knees this time, planting the soles of the feet on the mat, setting up for boats. Now for boats, want to watch out for your back just as much as your stomach. So the goal is to activate the core, but protecting the back might mean you keep your hands planted and just raise the feet, or you keep the feet planted and just lean back a little bit with the hands. I'm going to keep my hands planted and raise my feet up. But if your back feels okay, you might have the feet and the hands up together. So take some breaths here, breathing into this posture. And you can stay right here, or you can lower and hover in low boat. And bring it back up, high boat. Really lower again, low boat. Bring it up, high boat. One more time, lower, low boat. Hover. Bring it back up. And then this time, everybody extend out into low boat, and then we're going to come into a full body stretch, lowering the body down to the mat. Arms reaching up overhead, stretch it out. And relax back into the mat. Slowly start to bend the knees up into the chest. And then hug them in tight, wrapping your arms around them, squeezing them in. Might rock side to side if it feels good on the spine. And maybe take a big inhale, and as you exhale, bring forehead to knees, rounding and even tighter. Then relax it back down. And you'll take the feet up into the air for waterfall, flexing the feet. You feel the energy flowing out through the legs, through the feet. Nice and strong. Keep breathing. A couple more big breaths in waterfall. And slowly start to bend the knees. Grab the outside edges of the feet, coming into happy baby. Happy baby, you can also rock side to side if it feels good, or you can just stay still wherever you want. Just try to relax into the stretch. Big breaths into any tension or stretchy feelings you got. Couple more breaths. And you release the feet back up, taking a few breaths in waterfall. And you'll bend the knees back in toward the chest, plant the feet on the ground, setting up for bridge so the heels stay close to the body. You might be able to touch them with your fingertips. And then press the hands firmly into the ground as you lift the hips up, pull the shoulder blades together so you lift the chest. We're only going to do one of these, so if you want to do the bind, you can also grab the hands underneath the body, squeezing the shoulder blades together even deeper. Keep breathing. Then go ahead and start to lower the body down. Pull those knees into the chest, hug them in tight. Then you'll take the arms out to a T and drop the knees over to one side, coming into a big spinal twist. So the knees fall to one side, the head's going to look the opposite way. And we'll be here for several breaths, so try to relax into the twist. If it's too much, you can always lift the shoulder up a little bit, making it a gentler twist. If you need a little extra, you might take the top leg off, extending out. A few more breaths. You'll slowly start to bring knees back to center. And let the spine settle into the mat for a second. And then when you're ready, take the knees over to the other side. Finding the big spinal twist on this side. And again, each side is different. This one might feel a little more stretchy or less stretchy. So find the twist that works for you on this side. And breathe. And then inhale slowly, bringing the knees back towards center. Let the spine settle into the mat. Maybe hug them in one more time. Nice big hug, squeezing the knees in as close as you can. And then take the feet up into the air for waterfall. Flexing those feet, we'll hold for a couple breaths. And then we're slowly going to start to lower the feet all the way down. Take your time. If this doesn't feel good, lowering straight down like this, you can always just put one foot out and then the other. Getting down into Shavasana however you can. But if you can do this, take your time, activating that core one more time. And then once your feet hit the mat, I'm going to start to relax everything. Maybe take one more big inhale, exhale breath, turning the palms up or keeping them on the ground wherever you want them, maybe on your stomach or chest. Take another deep breath, let it go. I'm going to start to relax into Shavasana. So keeping the eyes closed as you lay on the mat, start to check in on the various parts of the body. Your forehead, the brow is unfurrowed, the jaw unclenched, the shoulders rolled down and back into the mat. Feel your left arm and your right arm are heavy. Feel your legs, each one, are also heavy into the mat. Your whole body, feeling the earth against it. Your breathing may start to become a little more shallow as you slowly let your mind go. If thoughts pass through, you can acknowledge them, but then let them go. Choosing to meditate on peace and joy. We'll be here for about 4 more minutes. So just try to relax in, and I will call you back once it's time. start to deepen your inhale breaths, bringing awareness back into the body. You might bring small movements to your fingers and toes, circling wrists and ankles until you're ready for a full body stretch. And gradually start to bend the knees in towards the chest and roll over to one side in the fetal position. We'll sit there for a moment. Lay there rather. And gradually start to push up into a seated position, shutting down the eyes once you get there. And take another deep inhale breath. Exhale, release it out. Take one more just like that. Deep breath, take it in. And push it out. The next inhale, take it very slow. We're going to hold at the top for 3, 2, 1. Push it out. Exhale all the air, holding at the bottom. 3, 2, 1. Do that again. Inhale slowly. Take your time, holding at the top. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, push it out. Force all the air out, holding at the bottom. 3, 2, 1. Then inhale. Exhale. Next inhale, bring the arms up. Touch the palms overhead and then bring it down to heart center. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. And I almost forgot to mention, I will not be here live next week, or at least next Saturday. I'm going to start to try to do workout yoga. I don't know if it's going to happen this week in the middle of the week, but I'm hoping, if not, then for sure right before Christmas, I'm going to do a workout yoga live just like this. And then I also plan to be here on the 26th to do a live class for just a regular flow. All right, thanks again for showing up. Again, if you don't mind, please hit the like button for me and also subscribe. This helps me out a lot. And then also, if you could leave comments about what you'd like to see in the future, I love that a lot. So yeah, it'd be great. And you can also hit that notification bell so that if you want to do the workout yoga with me, you get the notification for when I actually do it. All right, thanks a lot, and I'll see y'all next week. Bye.